to be asked to speak on behalf of Christianity this morning. Myth busting. The first myth to be busted is the idea that Christians speak with a common voice. We often hear, well, the Christians think, especially about social issues, same-sex marriage, abortion. Well, the Christians say, but the truth is that the Christians differ widely. We read the Bible differently. Some read it quite literally, others by studying historical context. This leads to vastly different conclusions. But the larger public thinks that Christianity has a common voice. Not true. For instance, studies show, and this hurts, that the younger generations have three dominant views of Christianity. It is hypocritical, it is judgmental, and it is anti-homosexual. All kinds of statistics to back this up. The younger generation thinks, well, that's what Christians think. Even our own three sons can fall into the trap of referring to the Christians negatively, which leads to some interesting family discussions, let me tell you. It would be far more true to say that Christians are exploring the love of God for all people and how we can best display that love. And therein lies the path to peace. So when you hear, well, the Christians say, the important Christian we ask you all to respond with is, which Christians? There are incredible differences in Christian viewpoints. My other myth to address is that Christians can't respectfully work together. Hopefully we are embodying the fact that that one's not true. Now in my upbringing, it was unheard of for a Protestant to step into a Catholic church. I see some nodding heads. It was certainly true in the reverse as well. But times have changed. I remember the time that Mary Jane and I took our wide-eyed church children into a Catholic church. They thought that confessional booth in the back was a bathroom. And the priest explained. Locally, our clergy association has intentionally scattered the community Thanksgiving and Good Friday services around the community, and it has been awesome as you folks and others in the community walk into a church of a different tradition for the first time, to see where their friends and neighbors worship. One of our church members recently had a son gravely ill. He was a Catholic. She was in our church. Basically, she was living in the intensive care unit with her dying son. I visited the two of them, and on my way out, I ran into Father Mark Davis of St. Aloysius, who was coming to visit his parishioner. He stopped me in the hallway, gave me a big hug, swirled me around, as a big guy like that can do, and headed me back to the room with him. He prayed over the patient. We all gathered around. He anointed him with oil in the Catholic tradition, and then on the spot quietly just handed his prayer book over to me, tapped a spot, and had me finish this ritual in this perfect moment. Little moment, but I'll take it to my grave as a defining moment of the way God guides us in the caring for all God's people in whatever ways we have to offer. And in doing this, we are on the path to peace. Good Christian cooperation helped me prepare for this little event. Evangelical pastor Kyle Burkholder of the Covenant Church here in Bowling Green wrote about evangelical myths. They have a problem with, they've had some very prominent individuals nationally, tend to be white men back in the 80s that were national figures, and everybody locked in that that's what evangelicals are like. And he writes that that is not the truth anymore, that evangelicals are much more nuanced in how they go about things, and they're also much more all about that there's individual spiritual work, but also societal spiritual work, and that working out our spirituality cooperatively, particularly in support of those disadvantaged and marginalized, is a big part of evangelical work these days. Father Jason Cayley, the priest of St. Thomas Catholic, wrote about the fact that people think nobody can go into a Catholic church unless they're Catholic. And he said that's just not true. They're always welcome to all, and they particularly see people from other traditions or no tradition coming to church as an opportunity for wonderful and important conversations. And as far as working for peace, he points out the Catholic masses for peace and unity, and that the bishops and the Pope, who is about the rock star of peace on this planet right now, have spoken out recently with regard to the various travel bans about loving our brothers and sisters who are immigrants and praying for them and for our government. Our uniting point, and I believe the uniting point for all of us gathered here today, was expressed wonderfully by a great Christian, Reverend Martin Luther King Jr., as he received the Nobel Peace Prize in 1964. He spoke of the world as a great house given for all people, races, and religions to live in together. And he said, this call for a worldwide fellowship that lifts neighborly concern beyond one's tribe or race or class or nation is in reality a call for an all-embracing and unconditional love for all people. Love, he says, is somehow the key that unlocks the door which leads to ultimate reality. This Hindu, Muslim, Christian, Jewish, Buddhist belief about ultimate reality is beautifully summed up in this Bible passage. He says, let us love one another, for love is of God. If we love one another, God dwells in us, and his love is perfected in us. And Dr. King concluded that speech, let us hope that this spirit will become the order of the day. In this challenge to not simply live together, but to love all people together, thus finding the path to peace, let us close this Interfaith Breakfast. Many thanks to all who helped, with a special nod to the music from the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints and the Bowling Green High School Madrigals. And a final thought, not in our town Bowling Green hopes that you'll all join in exploring the path to peace. Join our email list, make donations, make comments. We have some materials for you to work with. There'll be some people at the door with baskets to receive whatever you want to contribute on in, written or financial or whatever. We meet monthly. And actually, we happen to have a meeting tomorrow afternoon at 3 o'clock at the Wood County Public Library. We would be so happy to have you all come. Just share your thoughts about this, about where we should be going in Bowling Green. Let us commit ourselves to be a community of respect and peace. As the Madrigals would please come forward, and they're going to lead us in the singing of Let There Be Peace on Earth.